Previously on Ballz.
Right. Well, we've managed to get Johnny's mystery guest on the line. I don't know who it is. Johnny, set
it's
it up.
Certainly not a mystery guest. A very proud moment for us to have our Minister of Sport, Mr. Fikile Mbalula. Mr. Minister Fikile, it's lovely to have you on our show. Thank you very much for joining us, and good to be able to talk to you.
Good afternoon, John. Thank you for having us.
And I'm sorry I did miss your conference on Monday, but I know that it was a very positive one, looking at the Orange AFCON competition, and I'm sure a very proud moment for you and all South Africans.
Yes, it is a proud moment, and I think that the competition is picking up exciting football, and that's what brings the fans to the stadium. And those who are glued on television in and around the world, I think they get satisfaction for what they see. Very proud of their countries and their team players.
Where are you at the moment, Minister? Are you going to watch Ivory Coast versus Togo or Tunisia versus Algeria this afternoon?
No, I'm going to Durban. I'm going to Bafana.
Are you going to watch Bafana?
Yes, but it's tomorrow, but I'm going to see them tonight.
Okay, all right. Have you got any special message for them?
Well, there is nothing special. Something special had already been said by the President, and I had time to interact with them. It's really time for action now, no looking back, and pick up the pieces, close the gaps where they are, and do the battle, and that's it.
Maybe you should tell them what you told the Springboks, Gaan Moerele.
Yeah,
Springboks are warriors. So you've got to speak like that when you talk to warriors.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Minister, I'm sure that the boys are very upbeat, and the fact that it wasn't a very great evening weather-wise for the opening clash against Cape Verde, but now they'll have their tails up, and of course they can still qualify for the quarterfinals. So the other two teams also playing to a draw in our group, but tomorrow in the big clash against Angola, I'm sure the guys will come out guns blazing, don't you think?
Well, that's what Angola will expect. I think their footballers, this is a big occasion. They've now broken the ice. The first game has actually been played and full capacity F&B and to a draw. I think as a team, that has got the mentality to win. I think they should be shaping up now to nail Angola once and for all and make history by qualifying and going forward to the quarterfinals. If they don't, then that is the end of the road. It will be a sad day indeed, but not the end in terms of football lovers.
And have you had a chance to speak to Coach Gordon Iggesund?
Well, I'll talk to him tonight, but Gordon is a very positive guy, and he's been around for a very long time. But for the national team, he's just come in, and I think he's trying to build a team and to get to the bottom of ensuring that we get the best out of our leagues and everywhere else in the country and build a solidified and solid team. And because we still have got a battle to qualify for the World Cup, and I think he's looking forward to that.
Yeah, we were actually speaking on this radio station yesterday about development in soccer and programs at grassroots level to ensure that we get young talent coming up through the ranks so that we have superstars and that we can blood young players and spot young talent at an early age. Are there programs like that being developed?
Well, those programs are there. Can I assure you that in South Africa we don't have a problem of talent identification when it comes to soccer. We've got a splendid Premier League in football. In fact, some of the players who are competing in AFCON, some of them are playing in our league. And grassroots level, academies, we might not be solid, but we don't have a crisis. We have now just distributed money from FIFA, trust for development and all of that. And the question for South Africa really is, do we have a philosophy and do we have a theory of how we seek to execute from grassroots up until at the national level? We need some solidity. I wouldn't judge Gordon Iggesund and his team with his AFCON, but I think within the framework of our coaching framework within SASCOC, we need to basically say, in South Africa, what is it that we want to be? Great nations have bowed out of great competitions after they've won, 2 times, 3 times consecutively. You talk about Egypt, which is struggling now. You talk about Cameroon. Of course, they've got an old team. You talk about Ghana, which have got a team that won the World Cup of Youth, and then that youth actually replaced that team that was there of the national team. And I think they seem to be doing well when it comes to development. And one of the things that is a great disparity between us and the rest of Africa is that Africa, in the West in particular, they are close to Europe. And most of their players are participating in the advanced leagues. You talk about France, you talk about Italy, you talk about Spain, you talk about England. You can mention a whole number of players who talk about Germany. So there's no African team, even those who come from poor countries who don't even a league. They've got the best players playing in Europe, because playing in Europe, that's what they live for, and that's what they groom their players for, even if they don't have leagues. Here in South Africa, we rely on the talent that we have, and the sooner we invest more in that talent and seek to develop a squad, a national team that is formidable, the better. And I think this team can be the base. Going forward, we've got a lot of young players in this national squad.
Well, you look at, I mean, I know you're a very busy man and we won't keep you too long, but just the last thing on that, we've got millions and millions of young children all over South Africa who absolutely love football. It's the game of the people, and should you be able to get a program in place, I'm absolutely positive you'd have no problem recruiting youngsters and young talent.
I don't have a problem. I'm implementing now in my department and the ministry a formidable program on school sport, and the first school sport championship last year took place, and I'm looking forward to this program for this year. That is my focus. And I don't just pay service to development. I'm investing over 200 million. And Lotto coming to the on board in terms of the school leagues and all of that. That is development to me. I want to cover every inch of every school, because that's where talent actually comes from. My real investment and how I should be judged at the end is whether or not we did succeed with regard to football in the schools and nurturing talent, raw talent, and deliver it for high performance in South Africa. And that's where I'm focused, and that's where I put a lot of strategy, tactics, and energy on.
Yeah, well, we wish you the best of luck, and we certainly hope you get that right. Minister, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. Enjoy the Bafana game tomorrow, and if you do remember when you see them this evening, tell them that Ballz Visual Radio say all the best and good luck for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you very much, and thank you for the support, and I think we hope to do the best up until the end of the tournament. As for our boys, the future is literally in their hands. Let them do the job. Thanks for the support.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Minister Mbalula. Absolute pleasure to chat to you. Thank you.
There you go.
Yeah,
Sports
good.
Minister Fikile Mbalula.
This is Ballz Visual Radio. Darren, Simon, Kate, and John. Weekdays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central African Time. Ballz.co.za